team. You know, over the last couple years, we've played a lot of younger players and kind of watched them grow up, and it's nice to have a little bit more of a veteran bunch. We understand each other pretty well, and preseason has gone well, so looking forward to seeing. It's such a long year. Looking forward to seeing, you know, where this journey will take us and what we can become. But we have high aspirations and feel like we have a chance to be competitive this year.
Thank you, Coach. We'll open it up and start on the aisle, left-hand side.
Coach, Dan Waldman, Daily Northwestern. You guys obviously lost Ola Van Zegeren. What do you see the role of Barrett Benson coming in and playing, and especially with Derek Pardon, how do you see that fitting into the system? Well,
it's going to be key. Our front line play is going to be key to our success this year. We have two guys that we're really high on. Derek Pardon, who, you know, obviously hit the scene after we had planned to redshirt him the first 11 games last year, and decided to play him, and he went for 28 and 12 in his first game on the road. So great decision by me. But Derek coming into his sophomore year is I think he's ready to take that role on. Alex Ola has been such a constant in our program for the last 4 years, 3 with me. So, you know, I think Derek and then Barrett as a freshman, those two guys kind of tag team in that position inside, and it's going to be key for us because that's our youngest position. Derek is a sophomore and Barrett is a freshman. So I think it's going to be important for those guys to continue to learn, get experience, grow as a tandem. And if they can give us solid play at that position, then I think it's going to make us a much better team.
See right behind him on the aisle.
Hey, Coach, Pete DePremio, Fort Wayne News Sentinel. The key to meeting those expectations, getting to the NCAA tournament, what are they?
Well, you know, I think there's a number of factors that go into it. I think all of us as teams, and we certainly do, our aspirations coming into the season is to play in the postseason. And to do that, you know, I think the first thing is you can't skip steps along the way. You know, I think you can't let your mind wander to March. You got to understand that the games in November and December are just important as the ones in late February and early March. So I think it's important that you get off to a good start with the beginning of the season and play well in the non-league. You know, we have a veteran perimeter that we're going to rely on. Health is always an issue, you know, for us last year. You know, I thought we were in really good position. We lost Vic Law, who's a key component to what we were going to do for the whole season. Alex Ola had a broken foot, missed 4 or 5 Big Ten games, which was tough for us. So any team, you got to rely on good health, which, you know, knock on wood. And then I just want to see improvement as the season goes along. You know, unfortunately, if you look at our teams the past couple years, I feel like we've gotten better as the season's gone along. You know, I think our guys have continued to embrace that. We've improved. We've played our best basketball at the end of the season, the last couple seasons, and so I think we just have to navigate the journey well. And there's no question, everyone's excited about where we're at, where we're headed, and we're looking forward to kind of staying the course and not getting too high or too low, but just staying the course on the journey, and you know, hopefully being there at the end of the day. I know our guys, that's our goals, and it's something that in order for us to do, we're going to have to, and then I think winning close games. I mean, you guys know, you cover this league. There's so many close games in this conference. The coaching is so good. The players are so good. The environments. Each of us can probably look back on our seasons at the end and say there were 5 or 6 games that we either won or lost that were in the balance that determined if we were a postseason team or not. And for us, that's going to be a key thing for us. Are we going to be tough enough in those last 5 minutes of close games in our conference to find a way to get wins?
Let's go on the aisle, right-hand side by the camera.
Chris, Mike DeCourcy from Sporting News and Big Ten Network. You took a lot of criticism last year for the nature of the schedule that you built. I know there was a strategy to that. Did you get out of it what you wanted to get in terms of building the culture? And do you think that this group is ready for the stronger challenges that you're presenting to them this year?
Yeah, you know, I think scheduling I mean, people don't realize everything that goes into scheduling for everyone. It's such an important component to what we do to try to build your team up and play enough good games and build a resume. And for us last year, we felt like it was a schedule that was going to help that team grow and get better and gain confidence. And for us, we were almost, if you look at we were like the most chalk team in America, I think, last year. If you look at what we did, in non-league and league, I mean, we had one loss in the non-conference to North Carolina. All the other games we were able to win. In the conference, we're 8-10. Every team that finished below us, with the exception of one game, we won. And every team that finished above us, we lost except for one game. So we kind of were who we were. I mean, and that doesn't happen very often. So, where we were, right in the middle of the pack there, that's who we were. And now we got to find a way to try to climb a couple steps up. I think we have more experience this year, which helps. I think so. Adding some of the games we did in the non-conference, playing out of Butler, playing Dayton in the United Center, the tournament we're playing in Brooklyn early in the season in November with Texas, Notre Dame, and Colorado. Those are going to present some great challenges for our team. And I think with the amount of veterans we have coming back, those are games that we're going to need to test us to see where we're at and hopefully find a way to win some of those, as we head into the conference.
On the aisle, left-hand side.
Coach, you mentioned injuries were a bit of a problem for the team last year. We already saw that Rapp is out for the season, but you have Vic Law coming back. How do you see Vic fitting back into the system, and how do you see Rapp rebounding in the future from missing his freshman year?
Yeah, we never like to see anyone get hurt. I mean, especially college athletes, because they only have a short window to play in college. So it's when you lose a guy for the season, I hate it, just because the good part about it is he has the opportunity to hopefully gain a medical red shirt and get healthy. And I think for all young players, I mean, you see it in football all the time, it can never hurt for a freshman to come in and learn and see what it's all about, and get physically stronger, mentally stronger, kind of pick up everything. And so I think we're going to try to use it as a positive for Rappless. He's got a big upside, and we have high expectations for his career. So we're going to use it as a positive and, have him come back next year and be ready to roll. In Vic's case, Vic is a key guy for us and was a big loss last year. He's kind of a jack of all trades type of player. He's going to be a guy that does a little bit of everything. He's can be a double-figure scorer, I think, for us, but he's a very good rebounder. He can be a versatile defender. He's a playmaker that should take some pressure off of McIntosh. To have somebody else who can make some plays for us. He's a very good shooter. He just does a little bit of everything, which of those guys you need, 6'7", long, athletic type of guy that's versatile. So we're excited to have him back. He's excited. Obviously, anytime you miss a whole season, he's chomping at the bit to get back out there and is hungry. And for us to be a good team, we're going to need good play out of Vic Law for sure.
Let's go one last time back on the aisle.
And then, Coach, I have to ask, what were your thoughts when you saw that Bryant McIntosh wasn't named a preseason All-Big Ten player? Were you kind of shocked by that decision?
Well, I mean, sure. I mean, we're biased. I mean, I wouldn't trade Bryant for any other guard in college basketball. I love the kid. I mean, he has been with me since day one. He committed to us and has been there, and we've given him the ball as a freshman, and he's done nothing but get better and better every year. I try to stay away from that outside stuff. Anytime things are voted on or, it's so people have opinions, and that's great. But at the end of the day, it's about what you do on the court. So, I always tell our guys, and I try to live by it too. I mean, you get what you earn. So if we waste time getting fired up about guys being named all-league preseason or any of those things, then it's wasting time and energy away from us getting better and staying at the task at hand. So we know what we have in Bryant. Bryant is a great player. Bryant is an elite point guard at the college level. He runs our team. You know, he's one of the top assist guys in the country, returning. He makes big plays, makes big shots. You know, he's a junior now, so I love the fact that he's the guy running my team, and I'll take him any day of the week, and he'll get what he deserves. I mean, if we win, then individual accolades come. That's the way I've always approached it. You know, there's credit for everybody, you know, if you win. And so that's the kind of approach we have, and I know Brian has that too. He's not worried about all that stuff. He just wants to play basketball and try to produce a winning team out there.
Thank you, Coach. That's all the time we have. Good luck this season.
Thank you. Go Cubs.